The next stripe on the flag is the white stripe. This represents undiagnosed and invisible disabilities. So, we are going to look up examples of undiagnosed and invisible disabilities. We will do the invisible because anything can be undiagnosed. Let's see. Alright, so some examples of invisible disabilities are things like fibromyalgia. It is an invisible disability, but it can cause the person extreme pain. Chronic pain, such as back issues, bone disease, things like that, those are invisible. Chronic fatigue, that is another invisible disability. Mental illness, some do actually qualify for disability benefits. Some examples are depression, ADHD, schizophrenia, agoraphobia, and many others. These diseases can be extremely debilitating to the victim and can make performing everyday tasks challenging, if not impossible. Chronic dizziness, often associated with problems of inner ear, can lead to impairment when walking, driving, working, sleeping, and other common tasks. So those are other types of invisible disabilities. Another common one is fibromyalgia. Between 3 and 26 million Americans suffer from fibro. It is a, once again, like I said, it's an invisible disability. Some other invisible disabilities are insomnia, allergies, Asperger's syndrome, which I believe does not, it has a new name now. Cancer, brain injuries, bipolar disorder, celiac disease, Crohn's disease, depression, chronic fatigue syndrome, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, endometriosis, epilepsy, fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, FASD, food allergies, fructose malabsorption, hyperhidrosis, hypoglycemia, inflammatory bowel disease, intracranial hypertension, depression, developmental language disorder, diabetes, dysautonomia, Crohn's disease, migraines, major depression, Lyme disease, lupus, lactose intolerance, multiple sclerosis, misophonia and sensory processing disorder, narcolepsy, personality disorders, immunodeficiency, psychiatric disabilities, reflex sympathetic dystrophy, repetitive stress injuries, rheumatoid arthritis, schizophrenia, Sjorn syndrome, small fiber sensory neuropathy, spinal disorders, transverse myelitis, ulcerative colitis, and trigeminal neuralgia. So those are all examples of invisible disabilities. They cannot be seen, but the person suffers from them. And a lot of people in the invisible disability community often get overlooked and mistreated because of ableism and how people have a certain stereotype of how a disabled person should look. And when a person does not look that stereotype, they get overlooked and mistreated because of ableism. So those are just some of the many invisible disabilities that a person can suffer from.